Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Gene Dorio.
On your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of quality of life, our first guest this morning is Matt Browning from Mend Cryotherapy. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Matt, how are you?
Great. Nice to see you. Or nice to hear from you again.
Yeah. When are you going to start coming in?
I am still, I see COVID patients. And so, the science as to when someone is a carrier. So, we've been vaccinated, but still, can you carry it? And if you're exposed to people that have it actively, do you get it, still on you, like in your nostrils or somewhere like that?
Oh, okay.
And if indeed you do, it could be dangerous. So we don't know yet, and so I'm apprehensive that I could give it to somebody. So I'm very careful in, wearing masks and gloves and keeping my distance with my patients.
Okay,
but, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, definitely. So, okay, Matt, what are we talking about today?
You tell me.
Well, what do you... Okay, you own an organization.
I do. I own Mend Cryotherapy.
What does that do?
So we offer a lot of services. Most of them are in regards to pain management or some sort of anti-aging type capacity.
You mean it'll make me get younger?
Maybe on the inside. And maybe on the outside a little bit. We do what we can.
On the outside, she's always young.
I know. I mean, how much younger do you need to get? Jeez, you won't be able to be on the show anymore.
Thank you very much. That's a very nice compliment, but you can't imagine what my age will be in October. 85.
85. Well,
85, yes. And I'm throwing a party. I don't know where yet, but...
But anyhow, we offer a lot of different services from whole body cryotherapy, which is probably the main reason that most people walk into our store in the first place. Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, infrared saunas, near-infrared light therapy. We also offer a lot of beauty services. We have estheticians that do facials, some other fat freezing, cellulite reduction, and skin tightening. And it goes on from there. Most of this is probably pretty foreign to most people.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe you need to explain some of those areas a little more.
So I think in regards to as far as your guests or your listening audience would be concerned, they'd probably be most interested in the whole body cryotherapy and the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which you're familiar with. The whole body cryotherapy is a quick session. Is 3 minutes long. You go into a chamber that does drop down to about negative 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Not to scare all of you from coming in. It's a lot more. I'll say it's a lot. There's a lot less discomfort than you would imagine. Let's put it that way. But once you get out, you feel amazing. You get an endorphin rush. Most of your little aches and pains are gone. And you have a little more energy throughout the day and sleep a little better at night too. So it's a nice pick me up throughout the day. And people who are just dealing with your general aches and pains, muscle soreness, arthritis, anything like that, this is amazing. And then as far as the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, I mean, what we've done with that's unreal. I mean, anything from just dealing with a sprained ankle to broken bones and almost everywhere in between, neuropathy. Some things we can't really get into detail about, but we're dealing with some rare diseases and had some pretty amazing results with that as well.
Well, I tell you, my neuropathy was gone.
Yeah.
When I came in there.
Yep, I remember that.
Yes, I mean it hasn't come back.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, seriously, it's debilitating. I mean, it makes it hard to walk.
Oh, it does.
So, yeah.
It does, and it used tingly. I'd feel like there were pins and needles sticking in me, mostly at night, and that's a horrible feeling. Mm-hmm. No matter where you put your feet, they're still there. It's like they're chasing you.
Wow,
very uncomfortable. But
so Matt, for those who are listening, though, I mean we most of our audience are older adults, or they're caregivers of older adults, and most of them have mobility type of problems. And neuropathy is definitely one of them that affects our mobility. But, in terms of our joints, in terms of our muscles, in terms of our posture, all of these become critical in us trying to get through everyday life. Going to the bathroom, driving our cars, mowing the lawn if somebody still does that. But still, there's so many quality of life issues that we can't control because we get older. How can the cryotherapy help us get through the day? What can you offer us that says, hey, you're going to be better tomorrow and feel better tomorrow and live life better?
Well, you actually made a lot of really good points, actually, and especially about the exercise, posture, and all that as well. And I'll get into the cryotherapy as far as what that can do for your clients or your listeners. We have people that come in, in their 80s. They come in every morning, in fact, just to get their day started. So, like I said before, the main thing with the cryotherapy is that it's going to drastically reduce inflammation. And as we know, inflammation is the root cause of a lot of our issues. So by knocking down that inflammation, in turn, you walk out of there feeling pretty good. So, if you have a hard time getting out of bed and, it's hard to get through the day because you've got those little aches and pains, your knees hurt, joints hurt, your back hurts, try coming in and doing a cryotherapy session because you might be surprised how you walk out and how the rest of your day goes.
How long does it last for once you get a treatment? Are we talking about that, after you go in a few times, it lasts longer and seems to improve things overall?
Yeah, actually, you hit the nail right on the head. So it does vary amongst each person and their condition, and other, there's other variables. But in general, most people who do it are going to get relief that's going to last for a set amount of time, whatever that's going to be for that person. Let's say 24 hours to 48 hours on average. If you come back and do it a week later, you'll probably get the same relief. But if you come back within those 24 to 48 hours and do it again, it's going to build up. So the more you do it to get close together at first, it's an accumulative effect. So over time, it turns into more of just an easy maintenance plan, if that, at some point. So the benefits can definitely last longer and longer. I would say on average for our regular clients, after a little consistency, they seem to come in about once a week on average. So, as you can see, the benefits start to extend to, at least a week.
So as the inflammation improves, and you were mentioning about you get the endorphin kick, but are there, Matt, side effects from this? I mean, it's 3 minutes, and it drops your temperature down. And can you kind of describe to us that temperature drop? I mean, are you in a swimming pool? Are you in a chamber? Is your head out? If your head itches, are you able to reach it? Things like that.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes. So, no, this is actually very dry. There's no water involved. When you come in, we have you actually change. We have robes for you and socks and gloves. You'll wear your undergarments if you wish. Men always do. And we're going to go in a chamber that pumps in gas form nitrogen, and your head is sticking out. So you're breathing oxygen, and you're actually talking to the person operating the unit while you're doing the whole procedure. It's not shocking by any means. Jumping into a swimming pool or taking a cold shower is significantly more uncomfortable than this.
Oh, yes.
It's a very dry cold, so I'd liken it more to stepping outside into the snow with the wind blowing naked. It's a brisk cold that's definitely gets colder the longer you're standing in there, but it's definitely not shocking like you would imagine.
Well, but it does give you that endorphin
Oh, I'm
kick,
sorry.
though, right?
Yeah, so in turn, though, it's still too cold for you to survive for any length of time, and your brain does know that. So it triggers a fight or flight response ultimately. So your body naturally produces endorphins and norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is a precursor for I just blanked out right now.
Join the club. That happens all the time.
Adrenaline.
Thank you, adrenaline. Anyhow, so it gives you this energized sense of well-being, which is hard to wrap your head around until you experience, because you have these endorphins to make you feel good, and you have this norepinephrine burst to kind of give you this energy. Hence the fight or flight response. If you were being chased by a lion in Africa, you'd want to be able to run a little faster and not feel it if he caught you. So you get the both of those.
But you do have nice movies there.
We do.
Lots of animal movies.
Oh yeah,
The Animal
plenty
Planet.
of entertainment. Yeah.
Oh yes, I've been there.
And we and our studio is set up very comfortably. I mean, it feels like you're in a house basically. So
Yes.
it's very comfortable. We have a lot of clients who come just to get away from their I hate to say it, to get away from their family, or during the pandemic, maybe being stuck in the house with their children all day. It's nice just to get away and have a home away from home to just kind of relax and reset.
And
So,
that's exactly what it does. The chairs are unbelievably comfortable. Unbelievably comfortable. And even the bed.
I was there this morning before we opened, so I could actually use it and sit on that chair.
So the nice part, Matt, is that indeed with inflammation decreasing, it will allow those who are on medication that might help with inflammation, but it removes the potential side effects from those medications. And so your exposure to kidney problems and other joint problems and liver problems and things like that are going to be lessened because there are just no drug side effects from this.
Exactly. That's one of the great things about it. I have a pharmaceutical background, and so I'm very familiar with that. And that's one of the reasons I started this business, was to get away from pharmaceuticals and show people that there is an alternative to taking a lot of these drugs that do harm our bodies, when we have natural alternatives that work just as well or better sometimes.
Yeah, and we have for years, in terms of, as our seniors know, growing up, especially those who are athletic, use ice, use heat, calm the area down. And what ultimately was the goal is to decrease the inflammation.
Right.
And this is just a different modality that you're using to decrease that inflammation.
Correct.
Well, it was interesting because I went in because of the neuropathy in my feet. It was unbelievably painful and uncomfortable. And I went in, I think, what was it, 3 times a week to begin with. Then I cut it down to 2 times a week, and then once a week. And eventually I didn't need to go because the neuropathy pain and everything was gone.
Wow.
And during that time I went to the chiropractor once a week also, and between the two, no more neuropathy, which is wonderful because I was able to get off the medication.
It's big.
Pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. And that medication always made me sleepy.
So, Barbara, from your experience, though, you didn't get claustrophobic in any way?
No.
You didn't feel uncomfortable in any way?
No, quite the opposite.
Uh-huh.
Quite the opposite. It was comfortable, especially sitting in those chairs. The chairs are so comfortable. I mean, you feel like you want to snuggle in and stay.
But you did it only for 3 minutes at a time, right?
She was actually using the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy.
I see.
Yeah, she was
Okay,
in the
so
other service.
we're talking about different modalities there.
Yes.
I
But
see.
it did wonders for me. It really did. And I probably ought
did
to
you try
start
the
going back. What?
Did you try the cryotherapy?
I think I did that once, didn't I?
Yeah, but
Yes.
for I found for neuropathy, the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy does a lot of good. I don't see, depending on the underlying conditions, I don't find that cryotherapy necessarily does the trick for the neuropathy, but pulsed electromagnetic field therapy I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable.
And that's what I did.
That's what you did.
Yeah. I knew I did something there, but
yeah.
because it helped me tremendously. So, do you have each of these therapies going on all the time?
All the time, from open to close. The
Yeah,
pulsed electromagnetic field therapy is booked up. We have 2 machines running from open to close 7 days a week. That's why I go in before we open, just so I can actually use the thing.
So you can get yourself ready for the day.
Yeah, well, like what you said, what it did for you. I mean, we have people that call us in tears, just begging to squeeze them in to get an appointment at this point. So,
Yeah.
It's a life changer for so many people.
Well, it was for me.
Yeah.
Really was. was amazing. And just sitting there and then watching the Animal Planet. I think that's what you have on.
Probably, yeah.
Animal Planet, watching all the lions and tigers and all. It was so comforting. It really was. Just to sit in those chairs. And I think there's two there. And there's somebody else usually sitting in the other one. And they're either asleep or they're watching the TV also. But no, it's a very peaceful place. It really is. And especially how it helps when you have a problem like that, especially neuropathy, because neuropathy can be very, very painful.
So Matt, differentiating between the two treatments we're talking about, the pulse electromagnetic therapy and the whole body cryotherapy, and Barbara has had both, so she can clarify her experience. But more so, at least with the neuropathy, Barbara got some tremendous benefit with the pulse electromagnetic therapy.
Yes,
Correct.
correct. That and I've like I said, we have people coming in all the time that have already expelled all other options, especially when it comes to neuropathy. Typically taking gabapentin, other medications as well, and they've either been told by multiple physicians that this is it, can't get much better. There's not much else we can do. We've tried everything. I can tell you that I can't think of one person that's come in with neuropathy that has not gotten relief yet. So there's people that don't stick with it, but each person has gotten relief, whether or not they rode out through the whole entire time to get to completion, or if you can get to that point with some. But we've seen tremendous results. Like I said, I can't really get into too many details with certain clients, but I mean we've had people in wheelchairs that have gotten out of their wheelchairs from using PEMF. So I can't go on enough about the benefits you can get from this. I mean, even when it comes to, like I said, I'm not going to say we're curing anything, but I've seen great results with dementia. There's a disease called Lewy body dementia as well that we've seen tremendous results from.
What kind of?
Lewy body dementia.
Lewy body?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna. I don't have enough in detail information to get too much into it, but it's a dementia that you ultimately kind of you're not really. It affects the way you perceive how your body works as well. So it throws them off. We had a client that came in unable to walk, not really able to, was confused when you talk to her. She walks in with a pep in her step, swings the door open, jumps on that bed now, talks, hey, how's it going? It's like a whole different person.
That's correct. So, that is tremendous.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, when that happens to me, I'll come and see you again.
I hope it doesn't.
Oh, I hope so, too. So how do we get in touch with you, Matt? Your telephone number, where you're located?
So we're located in Newhall Ranch Road. If you live out here, if you're familiar with where the Smart and Final and LA Fitness is, over on Newhall Ranch and Rye Canyon, we're in that shopping center next to Chronic Tacos. It's 22088 Newhall Ranch Road, and our phone number is. Excuse me. Our phone number is 661-294-7898. We also have a website that is pretty in detail and shows all of our services and ways to contact us as well. And if you just want to look up www.mendcryo.com, it'll find us. Really, if you punch in Mend Cryo or Mend Cryotherapy, anything into the internet, it'll pull up our website.
That's terrific, Matt. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, very informative, and I think I'm going to come back and see you again.
Please, I miss you. It's nice to talk to you, too.
Oh, yes, I will do that. Thanks again, Matt.
Yeah,
we really
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Matt.
Okay.
Take
Take
care.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com. Your business sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon or call 298-9442.
We salute our veterans who sacrifice for our freedom. Every week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com. Thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated.
Visit hometownstation.com, sponsored by Eternal Valley.
Olive Terrace Bar and Grill is the hottest new Mediterranean fusion restaurant in Santa Clarita with unique delicacies like seafood right off the boat, mouth-watering prime steaks, artesian sandwiches, delicious pastas, and tasty kebabs. Unwind on their cozy outdoor patio at their weekend champagne brunch, full menu, and weekly specials at oliveterracebarandgrill.com. Check out their full bar and happy hour daily specials in Valencia on Copper Hill and Newhall Ranch Road by LA Fitness. Olive Terrace Bar and Grill, delicious food seasoned with love.
Mission Valley Bank is a commercial bank in the Santa Clarita Valley that really puts the community into community banking.
At Mission Valley Bank, we strive to be a trusted advisor to our clients, and that means being an integral part of the communities we serve. We started the Give Where You Live program to help bring awareness to our nonprofit partners. We're more than just a local business bank. In fact, we're a full-service, independent commercial bank that is locally owned, community-minded, and relationship-driven. I'm Tamara Gurney, President and CEO of Mission Valley Bank, and I invite you to experience the Mission Valley Bank difference, where your success is our mission. We want to be your most valued bank.
Mission Valley Bank has been named Most Trusted Advisor Business Banker by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal 5 years in a row and received the Business Leadership Award by the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce, Valley Industry Association, and SCV Economic Development Corporation. Visit them at their Center Point branch location or at missionvalleybank.com. Member FDIC.
Experience luxury senior living at Oakmont of Valencia, Oakmont's brand new community in Santa Clarita. At Oakmont of Valencia, residents will enjoy 5-star amenities, including state-of-the-art movie theaters, spacious custom-built apartment homes, and sweeping views of the valley, all close to shopping, restaurants, and medical centers. Enjoy resort-style living, professional concierge services, a luxurious salon and day spa, and world-class dining. At Oakmont of Valencia, you'll embrace retirement in style. For details, visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host Dr. Jean Dorio on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guest now is Adam Laraway from Focus Physical Therapy. Welcome. It's good to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, thank you for having me. Thank you.
I understand you've been a very, 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 very busy man.
I have been keeping busy, trying to help as many people as possible.
And that's working.
That's working.
Well, you're still alive and kicking, so...
That's right.
Well, do you have physical therapy yourself?
I exercise a couple times a week, and I do different things to keep myself in good shape. But right now I have no pain, so knock on wood, I'm doing pretty good.
Very
I guess
good.
that's a good sign if you're a physical therapist. You don't have aches and pains you're dealing with.
That's right. But what about those who are our older adult population and those who are listening? They have right off the bat as we get older those mobility problems. And sometimes it's arthritis, sometimes it's from a fall, sometimes it's a nutritional thing. You never know. But trying to get people back on their feet is not an easy chore.
Absolutely.
Is it? Because we're dealing with a lot of things, Adam, that can conflate and compound the underlying issues, like medication, like mental worries, like things going on in their life, their spouse or their caregiving, things like that. So when our listeners are, they're in pain and their joints are swelling, what can you do to help them out? What does physical therapy do to help our seniors get through the day?
That's a really good question. I mean, so that's kind of what we work on, and why we kind of differentiate ourselves from a lot of the PT clinics here in town, is that we use this, and I know I mentioned it last time, but we use this piece of equipment called the Newbie, which allows us to map the body's nervous system and figure out where the problem is. One of the fun things of working with this piece of equipment the last 2 years is a lot of times, somebody may come in, say, with knee pain, but when we map them, we may find that it's, a pain or an inhibition up in their hip or in their back or in their calf. It's been a lot of fun to kind of be able to problem solve with people and get them back to what their goals are, whether it be in walk their dog or, like you say, go to the doctor's appointment with their spouse to show support, and having to be able to get that mobility back and that balance back is really crucial. It's been a lot of fun working with people to figure that out.
Yeah, the pain you're referring to is referred pain. And when you talk about the knee and talk about the hip, as physicians, we sometimes know that it gets confounded because we don't always know where it's coming from.
Right.
Oh, doctor, it's in my hip, but in reality, it's in their knee, and it's the same nerve, the obturator nerve.
Right.
But we don't always can't isolate it, and some places might start working on the knee when it's really the hip.
Absolutely.
So that gets the Newbie helps with trying to differentiate and isolate the correct area that needs to be taken care of.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the fun part, because we can identify the problem with 100% accuracy, because the Newbie simulates the same signal that our brain is sending, and so that's when we map over those spots. That's why we find the spot, because the intensity goes up because it's duplicating that signal, and then as we start to go through different mobility motions, that signal starts to dissipate and go away, and that's not the machine, it's staying constant. It's the brain that controls that, and so that's been the game changer with the Newbie and helping people, especially people that I've been working with a lot of people that have kind of struggled, unfortunately, with the healthcare industry and not getting to the root of the problem, and that's what we're really trying to do, is get to the root of that problem.
And you're trying to avoid surgery if you
Absolutely,
can in some cases.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's great surgeons out there, but if we can avoid a surgery, then all the better, because there's a lot of trauma from surgery. Even though it's a controlled, trying to fix something, it's still trauma to the body.
Especially for an older person.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
is.
Yeah,
The older you get, the harder it is to recover from anything.
absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing. I mean, when you're 16, 20, 25,
Absolutely.
you recover very easily.
Yeah.
But as you get up into your 50s and your 60s,
Absolutely.
wait a minute, the body is getting older.
Yeah.
Everything is older, and it takes a lot longer to heal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I had a friend call me up yesterday, and her mom had visited from Florida, and I don't know what happened, but when she got here, her knee was all swollen, and so they had all these plans. They hadn't seen each other in over a year to do all these different things, and So they called me and asked me, hey, can you help out? And so I brought her over to the clinic yesterday and kind of did a little cursory eval, and I mapped her with the newbie. And by the end of my working with her, she was walking. The swelling in her knee was probably 70% better. She was just dumbfounded that it could be that quick. And so yeah, she was walking around the clinic, and they were all excited because she's going to be here till Sunday. So she's going to do the stuff that they had planned. Where normally she was like, I could barely walk right now. So that was kind of a fun experience I had yesterday.
Oh yes, and then you used the newbie.
I did. Yep.
To track where it came from or
Exactly.
where it originated.
Yep. Yeah, we found a spot in her back and a spot in the back of her hamstring. That was what the culprit was.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So where did you get this?
Go ahead.
So where did you get this machine from?
It's from a company in Austin, Texas. That's where the headquarters. The company's called NewFit. And I got wind of it because when I decided to open Focus, I hired a business coach to help me with some of the business aspect of it. I'd been a director of my previous clinic for about 16 years, but I wasn't the sole owner. And so anyways, the director of physical therapy for NewFit hired that same business coach. And so my business coach was the one that kind of referred me. And so I flew to Tampa, which is where the PT, the director of PT for NewFit is, trained with him for 4 days, and then I flew to Austin and trained with the owner for 4 days. So I've done quite a bit of training with it.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And it's definitely catching on. When I started with them, there was probably only about 25 providers, I think, nationwide that were certified, and we're definitely well over 100 now. So it's really catching on.
And it works extremely well.
It does, yeah. It was really more in kind of the sports realm. So the Dodgers just picked up one this last year. The Washington Nationals are using one of theirs. So it's been more kind of in the sports realm, but it's applicable to all people, all patients.
How interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Still within the realm, Adam, of physical therapy, when I send my patients, they go maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times at the most.
Correct.
But tell us a little bit about the purpose of educating the clients that come in, educating them on what to do and how to handle in terms of doing physical therapy at home.
Yeah, so we do give a home exercise program. We use a program called MedBridge, and it's got kind of 3 different options. You can do it on a smartphone or a smart device, and we give you like an access code with it. So they put that in, and any exercise we put in there, it's got videos and it walks you through, and it actually makes it kind of into a game where you get credit for doing it on your different days and stuff like that, and you can earn little badges. So it makes it a little bit fun. You can just do it also on a regular computer. It gives you a website and that same access code. Or we print out the pictures as well. So doing the home exercise program is crucial because you see us, like you said, 1, 2, 3 hours a week, and those other 165 hours are what you're doing, that essentially probably brought you in the first place. So we need to educate you to change those behaviors that were causing the underlying problem. Yep. And really educate you on all of it. Your sleep is really important. If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering. And if you're not putting in good nutrition, you're causing inflammation. And so we educate a lot on all aspects of that because, it's not just the physical therapy, it's how you're living your life that really makes the difference.
And of course, trying to sustain and maintain pain management is key for this because as we were talking earlier, with Matt, avoiding pain medication is key. Pain medication has its side effects.
Absolutely.
Not only drowsiness and dizziness and imbalance, but it could affect your kidneys and liver and things like that. So the benefits of physical therapy to try to get people back up without using drugs is a key part of life, isn't it, Adam? So what you're doing is bringing that education back into their home.
Absolutely.
So they can survive now in their home.
Absolutely. And that's what we do at the evaluation and through the whole process, to be honest with you. I mean, when a patient comes in, I'm asking them, how things going, how things feeling, any changes, stuff like that. But we are constantly assessing, do you have, rugs that you need to be careful that are tripping hazards? Do you have to go up and down stairs? Do you have difficulty getting off of the toilet? There's options that we can recommend to make those things easier, or, give exercises to make muscles stronger, to make it easier to get up off the toilet. It's funny when I give different exercises, sometimes patients will be like, hey, I was able to turn around, when I was backing up, and usually I have to turn my whole body. I was able to just turn my neck because the motion got better. And those are the parts that are really, really important in that recovery, is getting into the problems of what they're having at home, and helping them problem solve that together. And that's what physical therapy is really about.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I'm sure that you also give physical therapy to people who are wheelchair bound.
We do, yeah.
And that, I'm sure, must be beneficial.
Yeah. Physical therapy for people that are wheelchair bound, we're typically we need more equipment to be able to do that more efficiently. We do have some patients that we do with that, but we need more parallel bars and that type of stuff, which I don't have in the clinic yet. But we do have patients that come in a wheelchair, and we're working on that and working on different things to help get that function back.
Well, it's interesting. I have bars all over my house.
Well, the grab bars definitely help because they help with your input. So if you're able to grab onto something, your brain then can coordinate with what you feel in your hands as well as your feet, and it makes a huge difference.
Oh, it does.
That's why using a walker or a cane, helps with safety, because you get more input in through your system, so your brain knows how to adapt. And so as you take those away, if your balance is challenged, that's where you run the risk of falling, and that's the last thing we want to have happen.
Absolutely not. I had bars put in my shower.
Yep.
And that helped a great deal. And then for my birthday a few years ago, I got a walk-in tub.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness, what a difference.
Yeah.
And it literally saved my husband's life too, because he could not get into the shower unless someone was with him.
Yeah.
And the shower was too small for two people.
Yeah.
So when we had since we had the walk-in tub, he fought it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know, I don't want to sit down and shower.
Right.
But it got to the point where he had to sit down and shower.
Yeah.
And it was a lifesaver for him.
Yeah.
It really was.
Absolutely.
Because he could not have withstood being in the shower. The knobs were too far up. If he was sitting down, you couldn't that's why I had to get in there with him.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah. And that's where stuff like that we can problem solve in physical therapy. They make benches that go over a tub. So say you didn't have, the opportunity to have like a walk-in tub, they do make benches that have chairs that go on the inside of the tub and the outside of the tub. And so you can sit down on one and then scoot yourself over to get in, safely. So that's again, where physical therapy comes in, is that we can problem solve those issues that you're having at home and make suggestions. And sometimes it's an equipment suggestion, maybe it's a posture suggestion. So that's where we kind of continue that process of trying to help people out and figure out what it is that they need to make their life easier.
And it's interesting too, because Russ had to use a walker, and he was always so stooped over.
Yeah.
Because the bars of the walker I couldn't get them up high enough. And now I've noticed that they have walkers that you hold on to as you're walking.
Oh, yeah, platform walkers.
Yes.
Yep.
And they didn't have those.
Yeah.
Those are something new that's come out. And I would swear they're lifesavers.
Yeah.
Because when you're using that walker, you're so stooped over.
Right.
And that didn't help Russ at all.
Yeah, posture is very crucial.
Oh.
You need to be up in the walker, standing
Yes.
up nice and tall, make sure that it's adjusted appropriately. And that's where physical therapy comes in, because you'd be amazed at how many times I have people come in with a walker or crutches or something like that. And they've gotten them probably at a pharmacy or something like that, but they're not the right height. And as soon as we adjust them to the right height, it makes a huge, huge difference.
Oh, it really does. And that's why Russ couldn't sleep in his bed. Because he had gotten so hunched over.
Yeah, posture.
And so he had to sleep in the living room in his a chair that that backs out and the legs come up. But it adjusted to his back, or his back adjusted to the seat.
Yeah.
It didn't go flat.
Yep.
And that's where he finally ended up sleeping all the time.
Yep.
and he was much more comfortable there. And of course, then I had to have someone come in overnight so that he would be taken care of there, so I could go to bed and lie down flat instead of me sitting in the seat beside him, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And that's definitely where we want to try and prevent getting to that point, you know, and that's where getting into physical therapy, you know, early so that we can address those issues, you know, from the get-go and hopefully prevent that so that it doesn't happen. Because probably what happened is he was leaning forward, well, then gravity's, you know, working against him, and gravity's going to win. It never gives up.
That's right.
Yep,
And he absolutely refused physical therapy.
Yeah.
He did not know,
Well,
did not want to do it.
Hopefully being on here, that'll make it a little bit more open to people, you
Well,
know,
that's
that want
true.
to.
And I think most men, have that problem.
Yeah.
Women do not have that problem.
Yeah.
Because I think men have the feeling that, oh, I'm breaking down. I'm not a man anymore. I have to lean over and walk on with a walk.
Right.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But, you know, who knows? Anyway, let's take a break, shall we? We'll come back in a few minutes. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
If you're in danger of losing your home to foreclosure, you need an expert. Hi, I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty. I've helped hundreds of Santa Clarita residents save their homes completely for free. I've got just over 20 years experience and a loan modification success rate of over 80%. I can negotiate better terms with your bank and I can save your home from foreclosure. And again, we do this completely for free. So if you're in any danger, please call me today at 661-714-1400. That number again is 661-714-1400. I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty, and I'll be happy to help you save your home for free.
There's a very good reason Embrace Your Smile has been voted Santa Clarita's #1 orthodontist for 10 years in a row.
Honestly, it's our team.
Dr. Megan LaCornu.
I think for me, what makes it stand out is when I have patients that come up to me and say, we have never been in a doctor's office that feels like this. Our team is a family, and we really get along, and we are really passionate about what we do, helping our patients get the smiles they want and deserve.
Dr. Megan LaCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics.
Embrace your smile.
EmbraceYourSmile.com.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com, located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
Consumers Furniture is back open for your business. The safety of our community and our staff, above all, is most important to us. We will provide a safe and clean environment for you to find the perfect piece of furniture for your home. To help you with your purchase, we are offering 25% off your entire order or 24 months same as cash financing. And for our awesome essential workers, we will deliver locally your furniture free of charge. Consumers Furniture is located in the Center Point Shopping Center, below Sam's Club and Walmart.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we're speaking with Adam Laraway of Focus Physical Therapy. And Adam, what does it take for you to become a physical therapist?
So it's changed a little bit.
Education-wise.
Yeah, so it's changed a little bit over the years. Now all the physical therapists coming out of graduate school graduate with a doctorate of physical therapy. And it's about 7 years of school. There's a few programs you can do, like a 3-in-3 accelerated program, but you're looking at 3 years of graduate school. And so you're taking all your anatomy, physiology, all that type of stuff. We didn't have to sit for a national board exam to become licensed, and then a state board exam as well. So we're licensed for physical therapy.
Good heavens. 7 years, did you say?
7 years, yep. So I was grandfathered in. I've been a PT for 21 years, so I graduated with a master's back in 2000. But I was actually on the board my third year of graduate school for our program, because it switched over to the doctoral level of physical therapy, because I think it was 2008 was when they quit accrediting the master's program. So all programs had to be switched over to the doctorate by 2008.
Good heavens, that's a lot of years.
A lot of school, yeah. We got to know everybody. We treat everything.
Every part of the body, how it works.
Yep.
And, gee, many Christmas, that's physiology, anatomy, you name it.
Biomechanics, human motion, geriatrics, pediatrics, the whole bit.
Is that longer than you went to school, Gene?
No.
But I had to do the postgraduate, like internship and things like that. So that took a lot of time. And in terms of I did orthopedic surgery, and we had to learn how to define how people walk. We were taught when somebody walks in the office and they walk like this, you right away know what they have just by looking at the walk. That's how we were educated. And that was 40 years ago that they were teaching that. But now it's come to a fruition where everybody is doing that, which I think is great, Adam, that you have that education.
Yeah.
I think that is tremendous. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, how do they, what is your phone number at Focus?
Our phone number at Focus is 661-255-4205.
255-4205. And where are you located?
And we're located just off of Peachland and Lyons. Our address is 25050 Peachland Avenue. We're right above Valencia Pharmacy. We're Suite 205. And right here in Newhall.
Right. And you've lived here for 14 years now?
Yes.
In this area. I mean, you've worked outside of this area at UCLA and up in the Antelope Valley, but this is your arena.
Yep.
This is your home. And so you're here trying to care for those in our community. And we thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Because it is not easy, Adam, to, especially with the senior population increasing like it is.
Thank goodness.
But their mobility is a part of our quality of life. And when we lose that quality of life, Adam, we're done.
Right.
So we thank you for what you do. I mean, every effort that you make to help the senior population here in Santa Clarita makes a huge difference in making sure that their quality of life is achieved. Not an easy task. So, Adam, we appreciate you being on the show once again. Focus Physical Therapy, 255-4205. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.